Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Vikram. In this class, we'll try to understand scanf function. The concept of printf function has already been discussed in our previous videos. If you haven't watched those videos, please watch those videos and come back here, because the understanding of printf statement is very important to understand the concepts of scanf statement, because the concepts, we are going to discuss the concepts directly. So hope you have watched those videos, and every video in our channel is going to be a part of entire course or a playlist. Our suggestion is to follow the entire course so that you can have better understanding of the concepts, and the link for the playlist is provided in the description below. Now coming to this class, we'll understand the concept of scanf by using a program, and we'll try to execute each line of code, and we'll see how the things will happen and what kind of impact it is going to create on the memory that we will try to understand. So the difference is the programs that we have seen so far in our previous videos, where the values of the variables are assigned within the program. So let's try to understand with respect to our previous programs. In our previous programs, where we have discussed it, that a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20, so these kind of expressions we have seen. So here the value of a is assigned with 10 and value of b is assigned with 20. These values are assigned within the program. But with the scanf, what is the benefit that we are going to get is the values are now provided by the end user who is using this program. So this program is written in such a way so that the end user who is using this program can provide the values from the keyboard. Okay, so now let's try to understand the first line of code, int I comma j. So this is declaration. I and j are variables, and the values that are to be stored, that can be stored in I and j, are integer type. So what happens on the compiler after executing this line of code? The compiler is going to assign some memory locations to these variables. Let's assume that I is allocated with memory address 2, j is allocated with memory address 4, and the next line of code, it is float x comma y comma z. X comma y comma z are three variables, x, y, z, and these variables are capable of storing decimal point values. Let's assume that the compiler is going to assign memory spaces for these variables x comma y comma z. Let's assume that x is provided with memory 6, y is provided with 7, z is provided with the memory location 9. Okay, so this is how these two lines has been executed. Now what happens? Now whenever the compiler sees the scanf statement, now what happens is the compiler will wait for the user to give the values. Okay, and one more point that we have to understand is the format string. This is whatever that is there within double quotes is what we call it as format string, which we have already discussed in the printf. So the format string format is same as that of the printf statement, which means characters and conversion specifiers can be used within the format string, followed by the corresponding variables that are to be printed within that string, so which we have already discussed in printf statement. So the scanf statement can also use the format string in the same format, but it is a good practice not to involve any characters. So as we have seen in the printf statement, we can use characters, and these conversion specifiers can be used in specific points where those values are to be printed. But in the scanf, it is a good practice not to use any characters and use the conversion specifiers continuously without any spaces. So that is a good practice. In our later videos, we'll try to understand why it is a good practice. So here we have taken %d, %d, %f, and %f. Four conversion specifiers are there. %d means integer, and %f for floating point values. So already discussed. So, and one more thing is, these variables are provided with ampersand. So what this ampersand means is, so what this ampersand means is, ampersand symbol is used to get the address of I. So the address of I, address of j, see what is the address of I? It is 2, address of j is 4, and this is address of x is 6 and address of y is 7. Address of y is 7. So ampersand means it is address of I. So the detailed explanation about ampersands in our later classes we'll try to understand. As of now, just remember that whenever ampersand is used, and for the scanf we have to use the ampersand symbol, it is mandatory. Without using the ampersand symbol, the compiler will get confused and you are going to get undesirable results. So what happens is, here the ampersand I means it is the address of I, and address of j, x and y. So whenever the compiler sees the scanf function, it is going to wait for the user to give the input. Now what the user will do is, so I am being the user, I will provide value 10 for this ampersand I, and after that, so each and every value is delimited by spaces. So as many spaces you can give or only one space. Providing one space, the scanf will understand that he is going to provide second value. Okay, so after 10 I have given this as -20 and this value will get stored in J, and after that another space, so I am using this space, and another space I have given it as 0.3, another space, and after that 40.24. So I have provided that, and after that I have to enter a space, or I have to enter button. So whenever I press enter, after giving all the values, we have to press enter, stating the computer without giving the values. If you press enter, it is considered as the space. After giving all the 4 values, if you press enter, then it will go to the next line of execution. So this scanf has been completed, means all the values are provided by the end user. Now with this line of code, with the execution of this line of code, what happens is, in the address of I, means at 2, location 2, value 10 will get stored. So that is the use of ampersand I. So at this address, means address location 2, this 10 has to be stored, and at this address location 4, this -20 has to be stored, and similarly 0.3 will get stored in address location 6, 0.3, and similarly 40.24 will get stored in address location 7. So after 40.24, press enter, we are going to execute the next line of code. What is the next line of code? This is the next line of code. Enter the values of I, j, so this is going to be printed. So after that we are going to print %d, %f, and the variables are I, j, x, y. So all those values will get printed. So it is what we have understood in our printf classes. And again, after this line of code, we are going to execute another scanf. Now the compiler will wait for the user to give the input. Okay, so it is, the cursor will blink and we have to give the values. Until we give the values, the next line of code will not get executed. The computer is waiting for the user to give the input. Okay, so now %f, a value has to be provided. Let's assume that it is 0.5. And this 0 point has been provided, and it will get stored in the location of Z, which is 9. So 0.5 will get stored in this location. And now the next, after giving 0.5 and pressing enter, it will go to the next line and it is going to print the value of Z. So this is about a scanf. So let's try to understand, let's try to execute this program and see the values, see the output, and we'll check how the values will get printed. So let's execute the program. Here, this is a program. And this line of code, this is used for our purpose. We want to print the output in the white screen, so not on the black screen. So for that we are using it, and we have discussed about it in our previous classes. So the same program, let's see how the things will work. Compile, no errors and warnings. Now, so for this white output, we have taken that system color F0. Okay, so now the computer is waiting for the user to give the inputs. See here, so far in our previous classes it has executed and has given the values, but in this class it is waiting for the user to give the values because the scanf is used. Now let's give the values 10. After that space, next let's give it as 20. Okay, next is 0.3, and after that 40.23. okay, so these are the values, and after that we have to press enter. As 4 values are given, just press enter. The values of x, I comma x comma y comma z are, these are the values. See here, so 10, 20.3, 6 precision. By default it is going to take 6 precisions as we have discussed, and here also 6 precisions. And now we have to provide a new value. So as many enters you provide, it is not going to consider because the value is not given. So all these are considered as spaces. Now I am going to give the scanf for this to provide the value of z. See here, this scanf, the cursor is waiting for this scanf, means the user has to provide the values. So for z, let's give it as, it is a floating point value, let's give it as 0.5, and see the value of z is 0.04. Now the execution, the program has completed its execution. So this is how the scanf will work. This is the feature that is provided. This is the feature that is provided in the C where the user inputs can be taken by the program. Hope you got the clarity on this concept. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. And if you have any doubts regarding this concept, please post your doubt in the comment section below. And if you feel that this video is helpful to you, please give us a like symbol, and please share this video with your friends so that they will also get benefited. Thanks for watching.